Hello, my name is Paul Chakowski and I'm from Urban Smart Farms, and today I will be showing you how to put together your own smart farm, and this is what it will look like when it arrives at your location. So the first step is to lift this box. Under here is the trellising system with the greenhouse. If you didn't buy the trellising system along with the greenhouse, this part would not be added. So this is additional. So here are all of your greenhouse, the poly that will be going down on all sides. We will be moving those to the side for now. And here is your Urban Smart Farm, how it would arrive if it didn't have the greenhouse with it. So first thing is I will lift this, put it to the side. Now if you look in here, this is about what it will look like once it arrives. These are the irrigation ledges. This here is your lid. I'll show you how to put this together once I take it out. These are the ears for the trellising and for the greenhouse. They only come if you do purchase the greenhouse along with the farm, and they will be stored in here. So we'll move those to the side here with the greenhouse. This is your water line for your irrigation. These are the dowels for the greenhouse. These are the ledges that will be on the outside, and these are your biscuits. I'll show you how everything goes. For now, let's take everything out. Your smart farm will come with a Phillips screwdriver. That's in case you don't have a drill to screw the tower together, but it will be there just in case. But you do use this to take out the base plate. And all you do is you put it in here, hold it on an angle, and start lifting. Be mindful of the water line. Now it's ready to take out. And you can put that down in front of the farm, like that. The next step is to open the drawer. And here you have your compost tower disassembled. We will start taking these one by one out. And there is one more part at the end here. Then we can put the drawer back. The next step is to take your Phillips screwdriver, or to make things faster, a drill with a Phillips head like this. And we will take off the face plates. Inside here are in order from 1 to number 7. These are your pieces for the large tower, and we'll start taking them out one by one. These parts, along with the smaller tower parts that will be inside, are numbered from 1 to 7. and they also have stamps to match the corners. The stamps are important, and I will show you when I'll be assembling why they are important. For now, let's take it out. We can put this here. We will put the screws back in their original place. First, you can just put them in like this, and then it's much faster to screw it all together all at once. Taken everything out of the farms, the first step to assemble your farm is to put the turntable on top of the base plate. Like this. And you try to aim the peg into the hole in the center, like this. And that's what it looks like once it's on. The next step is take one of your bags of biscuits and start putting them into the turntable like this. You want to make sure you put the biscuit in as far as possible. Now that that's done, the next step is to put the actual base of the farm on top. You probably will need a hand because it might be heavy, and you have to try to aim it into the biscuits. I will be putting it on myself. And then just move it around so it goes into the biscuits. You will feel it fall into place. This is what it looks like once it's on. Everything will be flush and even. Now that that's done, you want to just move your long irrigation connector line to the main tower, just outside like this, so you have space to start assembling your tower. So the first step in assembling our outside tower of the farm is to assemble the first layer, and that's number 1, and that's right here. And it says number 1 on it. This is the one that just has 2 holes, half holes, in the very bottom. We'll take the screws that you will be receiving, along with the drill. So when we assemble the first level, we want the half holes to be on the bottom. Then, we match the stamps, like that. Once we've matched the stamps, we can start putting the screws in. The holes are pre-drilled so that it's much easier for you to screw it together. When you're screwing it together, you don't want to make it too tight so that the wood does not snap, but just enough so that it holds, like that. That's your first corner. Each corner has a different stamp. This one is circles. And we do the same here as with all of them. Now that that's done, we'll bring this over to the base. If you look closely at the base, through the poly you will see the stamps in the same place. You just have to look closely. So again, you match the stamps and you put the tower into the biscuits. The biscuits will already be placed inside. And it should match. And that is your first layer. Now we'll do this to the next 3. So up until the 4th layer, we will assemble the outside farm. So then, you just come back. This is your second one. You bring it back to the table. Before we put this one, the second one, on top of the first one, we want to take our biscuits, which are here, and you put them in. This will connect the 2 levels together. So not only are they screwed together, but they also are attached to each level to itself. Like that. Now, we bring the next level. Again, we match the stamps. And it clicks in, and that's what it looks like. So now it's time to install the irrigation into the farm. We're on the 2nd level now that we put on. So these are the irrigation ledges right here. We'll bring that over. Here. So each level, as you can see here, has 4 sides. That would mean 4 ledges to each level. Before we can put the ledges on, we must put the biscuits in that will connect the ledges to the inside of the farm. So you just take a couple like this, and you place them, center them right into the slit. Then we will take our irrigation ledges. So we'll need 4, but you'll have 3 that are 1 length, like this, and you'll have a 4th one that is longer, 1 hole longer. This is the first one that you will install, and it goes into the same corner as where the water line for the outside box will come in and connect inside. So this you will place through there, and this longer one will go into the same corner that this one came in. And you will just connect it to the biscuits like that. Now, here are the rest. You put them in like this. When you're putting these ledges in, they have to be in such a way that they're slanted down, not up. You want to connect them together like this. And when we're back to the corner with the longer ends, we want to take the main line from the outside box and connect it to the smaller one, which will be on the right of the corner where the long end is, like so. Then you are left with the long end sticking out, and you want to leave this because this end connects to the third level and it will continue spiraling up the farm. So we'll leave that for now. Now we're going to work on assembling the third level, which is here, and we'll go back to the table and connect it. So now that we've assembled the third level, we want to do the same thing as we did the first time. And we want to take the biscuits and place them in the correct slits, like this. Then we take the level and we put it on top of the second one. Again, match the stamps together and it's in. Next step is do the same with the irrigation ledges. So again, you will have 3 regular length ones and you take one longer one like that. So we'll start in the corner where they all connect. That's where the longest one will go. Well, before we do that though, we want to put the biscuits in, which I have right here. Then you take your longer one with the longer end and you place it in the same side that has the first longer one. So they're all on one corner and you connect it. Then you turn it like so. Okay, so we're back to our original corner. We take the longer end from the second level and connect it to the ledge on the third level like this here. So the first line gets connected to the second level. The longer line from the second level gets connected to the third level like this. And we'll do the same thing with the fourth one, which is right here. Okay, so now we've connected the first 4 levels. We've connected the lines to each level from one to the next. And here's the fourth one. Again, you have the long one sticking out on the 4th level because that will connect to the 5th. Before we continue on with these, we're going to start putting together the smaller tower, which is the compost tower. So just like the first one, we will start with number 1 and we will match the stamps with all the corners. The smaller tower, it's the same idea, putting it together. The only difference is it doesn't have irrigation in it, so all you have to do is connect the stamps like this. And again, the holes are pre-drilled, So all you do is you put the screws in and screw it together. Okay, so you want to make sure you put the biscuits in just like we did with the other tower, so that the second level will connect to the first one. Then we take it over. Okay, so again you match the stamps with the right corners, like so. Then we'll put it down into the biscuits that are already placed inside the base of the farm, and you just match it and it should click together. And it's in. And we do the same thing with the others. We just connect the next 4 levels. We don't have to worry about irrigation for the small one. This is just where the compost goes. I'll explain that later. So we take the second level, should say number 2, and do the same thing. Okay, this is what the farm will look like once we've connected all 4 levels of the outside tower and the inside tower. At this point, we would start putting the soil in all around, but we don't want to put any into the compost tower. So we would use the lid. This is what it looks like when it comes. We just connect the 2 parts like this. Flip it upside down and put it on top of the tower, and then we will put the soil in. Also, we put soil all around the base. You want to push it down so that you get enough of it. And of course, we would start attaching the outside ledges the same way as we did the inside, so with the biscuits. So then we would just place the biscuits in place like this. Ideally, it would be good to install these outside ledges right before you start putting soil in, so that when the soil comes in, some of it will come out of the holes and the ledges will act to start catching the soil. And you just connect them with the this. And do the same all around. So this is what the farm looks like with all of the ledges, like that. And now we're ready to continue with our 5th, 6th, and 7th level to finish the farm. So here are the 5th one. Okay, so now all 6 levels of every tower have been connected. The small one and the big one. On the inside, the irrigation, the water line has been connected to each level so that it can spiral up. This is the 6th end of the 6th level, still sticking up. This will connect it to the 7th level. I will show you how to connect the 7th level on both because there's irrigation attached. And if we come over to the table, it's right here. Okay, so again, we match up the stamps together, just like before. And we connect it with the screws. Okay, this is the 7th level of the tower. As you can see, there's an irrigation line connected directly to the boards. We want to connect the ends together like this. And just turn it around. Those are connected. This here, where the long one is, that will go on the corner where all of the long ends connect to the top. I'll show you what that's for. So we come here. Again, we match the stamps with all the corners like this. We then take this line and connect it here to the end that goes like that. Then you're left with this one. This will connect to the tower. Now we will assemble the 7th level of the smaller tower. Okay, so this is the smaller tower. It assembles like so. The water line is on the outside. Unlike the bigger tower, the water line is on the inside. And we just screw this together with the stamps matching. Okay, now that we have all corners connected, the one with the stamp that has all of the longer connections where the levels connect to one another, we leave these disconnected, but we connect all of the other ones like this. Then we take it, and again, this is important that we match the stamps with the right corners, because now what we're going to do is take the longer line from the 7th level and connect it to the 7th level of the smaller one, like this. And now the water is connected to the smaller tower and to the bigger one. This one, the white water line will connect to it, and that is this one. It will come in this bag, like this. You'll take it out. This is your main water line. There are 2 lines. The one with the black beginning goes to the sprayer at the top, which I will show you how to connect that. But this one with the orange connector is the one that connects to the actual farm. So it will go this way. So again, here is the orange connection. That line, we follow it. We can lay that down. And we connect to the small tower, like this. We want to make sure that it goes on pretty deep, like so it never disconnects. And then we take our lid. So we connect it together. We put it on top, like this. Then we come back. Here is the black sprayer. We put it inside the hole like this. Then we take the 2nd line that had the black connection and we connect it to the spray, like this. Again, we want to make sure it's on quite well. There we go. This spray line, this adjusts. So if you unscrew it, it'll change the way the water sprays out on top of the soil all around. And then you take the black end here and you connect it to your hose. Then now we have a complete smart farm. We have the lid, irrigation is connected, and it turns. And this is your smart farm without the trellises and without the greenhouse. Now that we have assembled the farm, it's time to assemble the trellises and the greenhouse. Here are your trellises, and these are the rolls of poly that will unroll on all 4 sides of the greenhouse. First step is to put the trellises on. So first, it's important to note that each side is marked with a letter. This is A, then here is B, C, D. We want to match the right trellis with the right side. So if we look at the trellises, we will see that this one is A, and then there's a number 1. That's because there's 2 pieces to the trellis. This is the one that goes and gets attached directly to the farm. If you look at the biscuit joints, The biscuit joint is slightly closer to the outside edge. We want to make sure that it's not turned around like this. We want the joint to be on the outside so that it matches with the second one correctly. So before we put the trellis on, if you see here, we have pre-drilled holes for the trellis, and it matches with the hole that we have here. So we just want to align it so that it's centered. Then we take our black screws like this. And we screw the bottom trellis to the farm. Then we take our biscuits, which are here, place it in like this. Before we attach the second trellis, we want to connect the ears. The ears have been numbered 1 to 4. They're little numbers, but if you look at the farm, they have matching numbers here. There's 2, 3, 4, and there's 1 over there. So first, let's attach number 2 to number 2 right here. And the way we want to do that is take 2 black screws. First, we put the screws in like this. We want to drill them in a little bit so they come out the other side. Like that. And then we match them with the pre-drilled holes and we screw it down. Like that. We do the same thing with the rest. All 4 ears are now connected, as you can see, with the matching numbers. So we're now ready for the second trellis to be attached. And that's the one that says A2. And we want to make sure, again, that the biscuit joint is on the outside. Connect it with the 2 biscuits that we put in, like that. And then we connect the ears to the farm. The screws So here, as you will see, there's a pre-drilled hole, and that's pre-drilled into the ear. So all you have to do is put the screw in like this, and now it's connected to the ear. And you do the same thing to all 4 sides. That. And now we're ready for the other side. And this is side C. That's B and D. The trellises are on opposite sides. So we take C1. We make sure that the biscuits are on the outside. And it's the same idea with this one. So you want to center it as best as you can, and you place the black screw in the matching hole. Now we have installed both trellises. You will notice that there is twine hanging from the inside on all 4 sides. That is important, and that's going to be for when we roll up the greenhouse. Now, after we've installed the trellises, we want to put in the biscuits in the slits at the very top. And that's right there. That's for the roof, the greenhouse roof, to connect to the trellises. There. We will do that on this side as well. Okay, now it's time to make our, here are the rolls that will be going on all sides. This smaller one, this is the roof. It's different because it has dowels already glued on the inside. And we'll need these two as well. So we'll come over to the table and we'll connect. Here we are at the table and we are going to connect the greenhouse top to the two pieces of wood. So this is how you will unroll it. You'll put it down like this. When we connect them, we want to roll it once like this and have the inside where the staples are to be facing on the inside. And then we match the dowels here together with the top and this side. Sometimes you might fall out, but then we just match it back. We're gonna adjust the tightness after we connect each dowel end to the wood. Okay, then we just push it in like that, like this. And we do the same thing on this side and on that side. Then you see that it's kind of loose. So what you do is, you twist it until it's tight, and you do the same thing with the other side. Twist it so that it's not too tight, but it's tight enough so that the water will go down straight. Then we can take this over to the top. And it doesn't matter which side goes where, as long as the two pieces of wood go on top of each trellis. So we want to match it with the biscuits that we've installed. And once we've done that, we can push down like so. And do the same thing on the other side. This will reinforce the trellises and provide a roof at the top as well. Now we are ready to install the 4 sides of poly. Here we have our rolls of poly that will go on all sides, and put them in order, A, B, C, D. That's so that they can go on the matching letter. And we'll need our dowels. So we'll start with side A first. So that's this side here. You'll see that there's holes for the dowels here and there. We want to put the dowels in first. When you do receive this, it would be good to put a little bit of white glue on each dowel, but only on the side that goes into the hole, not on the side that connects to the poly. Once you put the glue on that side, you just put it in like that. And we do the same thing all the way down. One thing to note though, we should not put glue up here to this top roof because there's already glue on the rods on the inside, and we want this to be able to come apart. So here we put the dowels. Some of the holes might poke through to the other side. If that's so, then just don't let it go all the way through, make it stop halfway. But for the most part, it should be okay. So this is side A. I will bring the side A poly. And here you can see letter A on side A. And we will unroll the poly. so. Then we connect it to the matching dowels. Oh, see, this one wanted to pop through, so we just put our finger there and we match it. There we go. Because once you put the glue in there, it shouldn't move. And we match the dowels there and there. On this side as well. And we put one more dowel. There we go. You'll see that we have black screws on the actual roll of the poly. That's for the twine to hook on once you've rolled up the poly. It's important that you do not screw any black screws to the side that doesn't have it. The screws are in place where they were meant to be. Now we've done side A. We can turn it to side B, which is right there. And we'll be working on the poly for this side. So we place the dowels in the right spot again. One there. Again, it would be good to put a little bit of glue just once you've received this for long term. And here you have the one that is marked B. And now we have side B done successfully, and we do the same thing to side C. C will be the same as side A, and B will be the same as side D. This is now our complete farm, along with the greenhouse and the trellises. And this is what it should be like for the winter time, all down and secured. In the summertime, this is how you roll up each roll of poly. You just disconnect it from the dowels, sorry. This, roll it up. You want to do it slowly so that you don't tear anything. This. Now it's up. You just take this loop, connect it there, and you do the same thing with this one. Now you have access, and you do that to all four sides. Thank you for watching our video on how to assemble your urban smart farm along with the trellises and the greenhouse. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact us. Our contact information is on our website, urbansmartfarms.com. We also recommend that you watch our maintenance video, which is on our YouTube channel. There you will see how to properly put the soil into the farm, along with what types of things you should put into the compost and what things you shouldn't put into the compost. And my name is Paul Czachowski, and enjoy growing things and eating them.